Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm Santiago, an emerging artist living in Melbourne, and here I am in my studio where I have a number of pieces that I want to talk about because I'm gonna have a show. I'm gonna share all that information in my social media, so stay tuned. 23rd of April, Soul Gallery. See you there. The idea of this video is walking you around pieces I've created and talk about a bit of what was the motivation behind these paintings. So probably I should start talking about this painting, which is the origin of the whole series. The idea behind this painting was a topic that is really interesting to me, and I've been working with that for a long time, which is identity. What makes us who we are, and how is that constantly changing, or how is that interacting with the way we want it to be, with the way we project ourselves, with our goals in life, with our backgrounds. This was like a broader concept, and I wanted to go deep into that concept, and the best way I find to do so was through migration, but not migration in the broader picture of there is a crisis, there is people crossing the border, oh my god, but more in an individual and humane way. Migration, of course, is something like very important in geopolitics right now apparently, but at the end of the day it's people struggling with that, it's people experiencing that, going through those situations. I thought the best way to tackle that was talking about myself and about my process of living abroad. It makes it a bit more genuine and honest. So I think that was the best way to do it. Why I decided to talk about my migration process if we were talking about what makes you who you are, you might ask. Those topics are really related. A lot of what you are depends on where you are, depends on where you're living, where you were raised, the people who are surrounding you. And once you change that, you start realizing how much of that had an impact on your perception of yourself and your perception of the world. So I decided to go through my experience as a way of showing how changing your environment impacts your identity and your perception of self and your perception of others. So the structure of the series is built in a way that you can see the progression between the different stages of migration. I created this series as a tale, and it all starts with the projection of dreams. So usually when we make the choice to live in another country, we do it because we want to have some changes in our lives, but also within ourselves. Perhaps you want to grow as an individual, perhaps people want to experience new stuff and learn about themselves in the process. Probably people want to be stronger and more independent. So we are expecting all of these. Then when we are in a new environment, this environment starts shaping you in ways you didn't expect. These paintings are a journey through that process in a very intimate way. So at the beginning, you're in the stage of dreaming or projecting your goals. Perhaps you are in a place where developing yourself is hard. You want to go out of that place and change. Then there is the first steps when you start moving forward, making the first moves about this new life. And I wanted to portray that stage in a way where dreams and reality are kind of combined, because it's a magical phase where you feel how things are suddenly happening. That's a very nice thing to experience. So I want to portray it in this way where things are kind of magical and moving forward. But then you face reality. Eventually you will have to. And even in the best case scenario, you will always find things are not as good as you expected. This happens a lot when you are trying to find a better place for you, because you would never know how the place is if you've never been there. Once you face that reality with all its complexities, with all its nuances, you might feel disappointed, you might feel despair, you might feel loneliness. Somehow you find yourself in a situation you put yourself in, but even aiming the best, you ended up there and you don't know what to do. These moments of crisis, these moments of hesitation are pretty common. It's hard. It takes time for you to kind of negotiate with those good and bad things, but that's a stage and you grow out of it. You start reshaping your goals, you start reshaping your ideas of who you are, your ideas of what you can do with what you have. And those perceptions start becoming into a different type of dreams, into a different type of goals, where you start realizing that you are able to achieve so many things and you are able to accomplish a lot of the things you wanted to, but in a different way, perhaps more grounded and more attached to reality. And then you start like feeling more entitled of yourself and your actions. You are probably more knowledgeable about the place you're living in, more knowledgeable about the people and all the different complexities of the real world you are inhabiting, and you are able to grow and move forward bigger and better goals and dreams. Identity is liquid. It's a mix of so many things. All of those things are constantly in conversation and constantly changing. And by the time all of those things are twisting your identity, especially when you are living abroad. So that's why this whole story ends up with this chimera. At the end of the day, what you are is not what you wanted, is not what your background is. Identity is more complex, more twisted, and more distorted than we tend to think. I find beauty in it because you will never have complete agency in what makes you who you are, or complete control or knowledge of what are the strings that push you or pull you to behave in a certain way, to make certain choices. And this unknown at the end, I think, is beautiful. All of this process helped me comprehend that that's what I wanted to portray when I create this chimera. Is the beauty of the unknown in the process of understanding our identity. This is what all these paintings are about. I hope you like this video and I hope you like the series. Please do all of those things for the engagement. And if you are in Melbourne from the 23rd of April to the 4th of May, drop by Soul Gallery, have a look of these pieces in real life. It's art. It looks better when you see it face to face and not on a screen. So thank you for staying till the end, and see you in the next one.